Here we are in Valladolid, Mexico. It's very hot right now, like 35 degrees Celsius, which is around 93 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very hot, sunny, and we're gonna get into one of the most old streets in this town, which is Calzada de los Frailes. At the start of this road, we can find a small little fountain and also an information post about it. Let's read what it says. The road of the Friars was built in the 16th century to connect Valladolid with the Indian town of Sisal. A sketch of some descriptions of those times remain. It is a sort of alleyway that connects the neighborhood of Sisal with the 5 streets and the main street, 41st Street, that give access to downtown Valladolid. In this area, architectonic details of great value were rescued and renovated, giving as a result a group of houses, roads, and lights that recall the colonial past of Valladolid. I'm very interested to see what's at the end of this road. Apparently there is a convent, like an old convent here. Let's check out and follow me.
Hi, YouTubers. Hello.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Experiencia Yucatan Travel. Cool.
Gracias. This guy was trying to sell me bikes for rent. You can rent them for 24 hours or a day for about 100 pesos, depending on your negotiation skills. So we're gonna find what's on this street. For me, it seems a little bit quiet. Apparently, it's a street that takes us to the convent, and we can find architectural gems. I wonder if the convent's still running. Maybe we can find some nuns and frailes there. Oh, we can see some very interesting facets. Oh, by frailes I meant priests, which in Spanish, which is the, frailes is the old word for priest. In Spanish, it was pretty much the same, frailes, but now they use sacerdotes. Hola. Hi. This seems like a nice restaurant with a garden. Hola, ¿qué música tienes en vivo a las 7:30?
Música de rock en español y en inglés a las 7:30.
A las 7:30, oh, ok. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego. Yeah, so I was asking what kind of live music they have tonight, and it's rock, like in Spanish. So that will be interesting to check out. This street seems a little bit quiet. Maybe it's the time of the day, around 4 p.m. Everybody just stays at their home and prefers to cool down inside, and they just go out after, 5, 6, when the air feels cool and when it's not so sunny. But I understand why. One thing that I have noticed in this town is the simplicity of its architecture. As we can see in this house, the entrance seems to be very short comparing to the height of the building. But it's very interesting to see what's inside. Let's have a look. Oh wow, that's very high. Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Qué tal? This seems like a really nice local shop. Hola. Gracias. It looks like this building has a massive garden. And again, a beautiful old ceiling. As I mentioned before, the weather is very hot in here, so the buildings were designed with a very height to keep the ground floor cool. In this city, we can find that most of the housing buildings have a similar decoration, very simple, very white, and also like colorful at the same time. This city was built on the top of a pre-Hispanic city, and it was one of the first cities to be built in Mexico. These decorations, for me, it seems like they've been placed there to make the doors look and the entrance look taller, because otherwise it would just look out of proportion.
No sé, es que necesito. No, es que necesito como.
So here we're listening to the chisme. I don't know what he's saying, but probably he was talking about something. So here is very hot. It's getting a little bit difficult to film now because it's hot. I have to focus on the camera. I have to focus that I don't get hit by a car. I'm very sticky and it's 35 degrees. I haven't found a place to buy something to drink. Yeah. A high percentage of people in Mexico are Catholics, and this is a representation of that. This is the Virgin de Guadalupe. In Mexico, it's pretty common to find these kind of figures outside of houses. So now let's see what else we can find on this street. I've never been here, so it's also like my first impression of what I see. Something interesting that I have noticed here in Valladolid is that the buildings in the corner tend to be higher than the buildings in the rest of the block. In this intersection, we can see what I'm talking about. These three, almost four buildings are kind of emphasizing this intersection, but the rest of them just seem very low. I was thinking that maybe the reason why this building is not as tall as the other one, it's because this is not an original building. Maybe the other one, the one previous, was destroyed or was in a really bad state, so they decided to rebuild it. I was thinking that because this is one of the oldest streets in Valladolid, we will be able to find many old buildings, but just like a house away from this from this street, we can find some modern buildings like this one and the ones following them. Welcome to the Garden Don Trejo, and apparently there is live music, salsa live music at 7:30, and some mezcalitas, which is like a cocktail made with sometimes tamarind, mango, and maybe lemon with mezcal, which is a traditional drink from Mexico and more specifically from Oaxaca. Sí, gracias. So,
manejamos lo que es una máquina de café para que se pueda asar. Es industrial, es muy artesanal.
okay, gracias. So this guy is inviting us to see the house. He said it's over 400 years old, and we can find some interesting details of.
Con marco de madera.
It has like a wooden frame,
De las antiguas.
like an old wooden frame.
Y en esta parte es una parte de las casas.
Oh wow, it looks really amazing, and it's very cool inside.
En las partes del techo están solo madera y se colaron encima para que pueda sostenerse el techo.
So this place, wow, it has a small little garden at the back, and it feels very cool. Oh, it looks like there is a little terrace over here. One of the things I have noticed about the architecture here are the details on the doors. Like here we can see many divisions on the doors. Also, we can see that people use their terraces a lot. I guess in a town like this with a really hot weather, terraces are a good place to hang out. People have told me that it's very easy to ride a bike here in Valladolid, and that you must rent one if you wanna visit the city and get to know all the buildings. As I was mentioning before, many of the buildings may seem very simple in the outside, but in the inside they look very comfortable. It's easy to imagine how life can be very pleasant on the inside. Here we can find helados y paletas Kukulkan. Helados is ice cream and paletas is popsicles or ice lollies, however you know them. Let's see how they look and if we can find some really tasty ice cream. Hola, buenas tardes. ¿En cuánto están los helados?
Hay de 25 y de 30.
¿Y de qué sabores tienes? Oh, son todos los que están en esta parte. I think I might get one with lemon or maybe a nuez. Here are the ice creams and they sell all sorts of candies, chips and presents also. ¿En cuánto está la paleta de chocolate? 30. Aquí está. Gracias. Oh, this looks very yummy. I asked if it was too milky because I don't usually like eating or drinking or milky stuff. Gracias. Hasta luego. Nos vemos. Gracias. Okay. This looks very yummy. They said it's like a lot of chocolate and just a tiny bit of milk. Oh, hold on. Oh wow. This is very tasty. Just what I needed. It was so hot that I just couldn't walk anymore. So the price for this popsicle or ice lolly was 30 pesos, which is I think about $1.50 maybe. Yeah, like $1.50. This melts really fast, and yeah, the first bite it was pretty tasty because I was very hot, but now it's just maybe too sweet for me. But of course I'm gonna finish it. It's very hot and it's melting. I gotta hurry up. Oh wow, it's really nice we have some shade now because it was getting so hot that I couldn't walk anymore. In Mexico, I don't know why, but sometimes it's very hard to find a garbage. So I was really close to the shop and I decided to just leave the garbage in there. In the Walking around here, I noticed that there are some yellow lines in front of some houses, and I think this means that people are not allowed to park in there. I think these plant pots are placed there to reduce the speed of the cars. Also, one thing I've noticed is that this side of the road has all these houses with the ornaments, but this doesn't. I wonder if it's because these buildings were built later and these are like the original and old ones. Okay, let's see what else we can find here. It seems a bit more... This street is... It seems that we can find more shade and walking here it becomes more pleasant. Walking on this street I found an information sign and it says that Valladolid it's been known as the Sultaness of the East. deserved title because of the architectonical beauty of its colonial buildings, such as the Convent of San Bernardino de Siena, the City Hall, the Church of San Servasio, and the San Roque Museum, among others. So, I mean, yeah, I understand why the architecture is different here, but I don't see that yet. I mean, maybe I need to visit more places in the inside to understand that sentence. So let's see if maybe when we get to the convent, we can see that beauty in the buildings. I was wondering if maybe the Sultaness of the East, it's because of these ornaments here. Maybe that's something related to its architectural style. Here we can find a handicraft shop. It says handmade leather goods, and I think they sell some shoes and hats and all very Mexican. Yeah, you know, in tropical countries you can find tropical food, just like a pineapple there, you know, welcome you to the restaurant. This is a barber shop, and I was looking that they have pretty interesting mustache shapes from Mexican well-known figures. This is the first one, is from Maximiliano de Habsburgo, like an emperor or something like that, Porfirio Diaz, an ex-Mexican president, Pancho Villa, who was, and Emiliano Zapata, who were in the Mexican Revolution, Clemente Orozco, a Mexican painter, Chente Fernandez, a Mexican ranchero singer, and Don Ramon, a TV character, very Mexican TV character. Yeah, I wanted to see if they had more inside the barbershop, but it seems to me that it's closed. Another thing interesting from this town that I have noticed is that there are so many breaks in the heights of the buildings. Like this, we can find a high building that probably has a high ceiling like we saw previously, and then a short building, just one floor, and then another short building, and then slightly higher, and then another slightly higher, and then higher, and then we get to the corner and we can find the 4 buildings that emphasize the corner. Oh, pretty dog saying hi. Oh no, they don't want to get run over by a car, so they know they have to move. So beautiful dogs guarding their house, you know, protecting their home. And here, oh wow, this window looks very interesting. It has some Mexican cactus and apparently some Mexican handicraft, like some traditional blouses and hats. As you can see, in this town, all the houses have different colors, from blue, orange, like a green lime color, orange again, and then like a earth color, and this one has like a vanilla color. And the entrance, you know, the difference of this entrance with others is that this entrance is very high. Look, wow, that looks amazing. And you can see actually what's on the inside. It has a massive ceiling. El Jardín de los Frailes, which is like Frailes garden, and that would mean like the priest's garden. Well, now I can see more movement here. This is very typical of Mexican houses, like, you know, big windows, big doors, like these metal bars in the windows, you know, because you don't want people to get into your house, so that's why you gotta protect them. And as I said previously, yeah, 2 big buildings in this intersection. But here, again, we find a small building. It's like an interesting like game of like heights. A 100% handmade shop. You can hear some chickens at the back. I wonder what they sell. They have coffee, horchata with vanilla. Horchata is a drink made with rice, and this has vanilla, a guava cake, artisanal chocolates, sausage roll, and fresh bread, and cold drinks, of course. So you can see here, also this house has really high ceilings. Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Qué tal? ¿Puedo? Gracias. They have some spices here, chilies, garlic, many natural products, and honey. Yucatan area is known for its honey production, so it's very common to find honey products here, like honey soaps, honey exfoliants, honey like with medicine, like for cough, or other products for the skin as a facial mask. Wow, this looks very amazing, and the colors of the wood are really nice. A very traditional chair. Wow, it's like a little hidden gem at the back of this coffee shop. I find really interesting to see what's behind doors, because sometimes you see the facades very pretty, but you don't really know what's inside, or you don't see the layout. And I like discovering these new places and just see what they look like inside. Like a little bag for a wine bottle. And this, for me, it seems that it's cotton dyed with natural pigments, because you can see how it's fading here. That's something I like about this area, that many people use natural products, natural pigments, and they try to keep close with their traditions. Oh wow, this is a nice carpet. I wonder how much it costs. It's a lot of work to make one of those. Gracias. I just got a horchata de coco, like a coconut drink. I don't know if it's made with rice. Let me ask. ¿Es también con arroz o solamente es coco?
Puro coco.
Oh, okay, so it's just a 100% coconut drink. ¿Y está endulzado?
No tiene azúcar.
No? Oh, okay. Gracias. So yeah, so it doesn't have an extra sugar. It's just the sugar from the coconut cream. Let's see how it tastes. I'm gonna try a passion fruit liquor. Let's see how. Gracias. Oh wow. It smells really good, really sweet, and oh wow, that has like an interesting flavor, maybe like a cider flavor. Está rico, gracias. Sí, un poco dulce. Gracias. I just bought a coconut horchata in Bonito Mercado, a little daily deli. Something interesting about this building is the texture it has. I don't know, I haven't seen many texture in buildings in this town, but here we can find like a stick with like a ball in the middle. I don't know, it just makes the building looks really nice and interesting and alive. Hola, buenas tardes. Honey, as I mentioned before, The Yucatan Peninsula is known for its honey production, and we can find many products here, like different types of honey, propóleo, that helps for the respiratory system, and some mosquito repellent. We can find antibacterial gel, like hand gel. We can find also honey candies that it's helpful when you have a flu or a cold. I had to stop the video for a bit because there was a guy riding a motorbike with his political propaganda, and I was asking the lady, gracias, hasta luego. 100 pesos. Oh, okay. Gracias. I was talking to the lady, I was asking her about the bicycles, rental bicycles, and she was telling me 20 pesos for an hour or 100 pesos for the whole day. And she was also telling me that it's very common here that people drive their motorbikes or their cars with a political propaganda, because this is a very busy street usually. Maybe not right now because it was very hot, but it's usually like that. It's usually busy. And here we can find a root beer and micheladas. They have cold root beer and micheladas. Oh, wow, that's very interesting. Let's see what they have. Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Qué tiene cerveza de raíz?
De raíz.
¿Y cómo es? ¿Cómo funciona?
¿Cómo es?
Ajá, ¿es esta?
Este es el concentrado.
Ah.
Tengo vasos de 20, de 40, entonces se le echa una medida
Ajá.
al vaso con mucho hielo y agua mineral.
Ah, bueno. ¿Y en cuánto está?
20 y 40.
¿Me puede dar uno de 20, por favor? Sí. So I was asking her about the root beer, and she just she puts like a little shot of the root beer with some ice and fizzy water, and that's a root beer here. So let's see how it tastes like. She's gonna make the shots. I was asking the lady what kind of root they use for this beer, and she was telling me salsa carrillo, which is a tree that grows mostly in Oaxaca and Chiapas. And she said that she makes it, and it has like a Coke taste. I don't know, it's a little bit sweet. I wouldn't say it tastes like a beer, but it's definitely something to try on. I was also noticing that here there is like a typical Mayan house, you know, with a palm leaf structure and just like very small, like a white color. And actually there is a sign saying something about the house. Let's read it. This small Mayan house was preserved and restored during the works to restore the urban image that took place between 1996 and 1998. It was preserved because the building and its stone walls are representative of the Mayan culture and the use they made of materials in this area. So yeah, just like I thought, like a typical Mayan house. Here we have Idilio, a restaurant and cervecería yucateca. History, food and craft beer experience. It has an interesting inside. Hola, buenas tardes.
Hola, buenas tardes.
Oh. Gracias. There is some Mayan art. Like Mayan sandals, robes, some pots, and some really interesting pictures of people from Yucatan, I will guess. Really high ceilings. Wow, it feels really cool inside. And yeah, I think that this is the reason why most of the houses have these high ceilings, to make life pleasant in the inside. we can find also some art related to the Mayan culture, you know, the cenotes, the nature. That's very typical of the pre-Hispanic and current Mayan culture, you know, preserving the natural, just like live with like natural ingredients, you know, with the family. And this, oh wow, this painting, I find it really interesting. It's Pan Nuestro, which in English would mean like our bread, you know, like the bread we eat. And in Mexico, as many of you know, or probably don't know, corn is like the base of the like Mexican like cuisine. And you know, it was really interesting that back in the days, people just like grow their own corn, you know, take it to the mill and just produce their own tortillas. A Mayan dress, like costume, with the shoes and white fabric. That's usually the typical design, white fabric and colorful flowers. And the traditional rebozo, which would be like a scarf. I mean, here you don't need it for the cold, but you need it for the sun. Oh, I just find fascinating just walking into a place and seeing the interior. Oh, wow, this is very interesting. You have like the first room, then this second room, and then this third room, which has a small library. There is a restaurant and a beer craft place. They have an interesting selection of beers. I think I'm gonna go for the Cuerno de Toro, which means bull horn. Mexican IPA. It has 5.8% and 70% IBU. So I'm just gonna be getting that. ¿Me podrías dar un cuerno de toro, por favor? De pequeño. Sí, gracias. Let's see. Oh, I'm very excited about seeing the color of this beer. I just got my beer and I'm very excited about trying it. I'm just gonna get away from the music a little bit and enjoy this garden. Wow, it's very interesting to find these big gardens at the back of the houses. This life seems very pleasant here. And I'm gonna sit on the kissing chairs, you know, this design for one people to sit there and the other one there and just talk and kiss. Oh, okay, let's see. I mean, it has a nice color. It was a shame they didn't know how to pour it, and it's not filled to the top, but let's hope it tastes good. Oh wow, this is very bitter. Quite an interesting flavor. I like it. I think it's not bad, not the best I've tried before, but not bad at all. I just want to show you a view of this garden. It's very pleasant to be here. We can just listen apart from the music. Just a cockerel singing, just the sound of the wind and the birds singing. Yeah, it's quite a magical place. And a little spider on my leg, just, you know, hanging out. But I'm not gonna kill it. I don't like killing animals. I'm a vegetarian myself, so I take care of animals and, you know, I look after them. Yeah, keep watching. This may be a longer video than the first one, but keep watching. We just right like 2 minutes away from the convent, and it seems like this long hot walk will turn out great at the end. Gracias, hasta luego. Hasta luego. So now we're almost at the convent. Yeah, I know it took a lot of time, but let's see what we have at the end of this street. It looks more busy than before. And here we can find another building with texture on the facade. Building with an interesting texture. Oh, wow, that makes it look pretty amazing. And like a snake shape, like top part. I don't know this for sure, but this house has a different style than the others. I think it's like a new building. It seems to me like that. Whereas here we can find a house. It looks pretty much abandoned. There are some plants coming out of the house, and here we can see that the ceiling collapsed. Oh wow, yeah, this is an abandoned building, but it looks amazing. The building continues here, and we can see what happens on the inside. It looks like an abandoned building, but it's a shame because if it was restored, I'm sure it would look just amazing. Wow, this is interesting. It has like an arc shape door and some small windows at the top. I wonder if this was a family house, a government building, or maybe part of the convent. This looks like an interesting little cafe, and with the high ceilings and some art. Oh wow, you know, amazing shots of tortillas, which is very representative of Mexican food. Hola, buenas tardes. Hola. Oh no, a political rally is starting. I just wanted to show you this old camera. It's very difficult to find one like this on these times. And maybe it's election time, so that's why many people just come out to support their favorite candidate. Yeah, I think we're finally at the convent. Yeah, it seems to me that more people are out and that they're trying to enjoy the afternoon here at the square. We're finally at the convent, and we can see a man selling corn, esquites and elotes, which is corn, sometimes served with lemon and mayonnaise and cheese, or spicy like salt or spicy chili powder. Hola, ¿qué tal? Hola. Oh, and we can appreciate. Wow, that's an interesting building. Yeah, definitely. And the square looks very clean, and it's almost sunset. Here we are at the convent, and it seems to me that it has some strong and thick walls. I was reading that because of this town was built on the top of a Mayan city, you know, the buildings were destroyed and the materials were used to build these new structures, like I guess this convent. It's a little bit sad to think that all the Mayan structures were destroyed to be able to have the Spanish structures and the new buildings. But let's just keep walking and see. So here we are at the convent, and we can see that life just goes so slow in this town, and many people are coming out of the houses and enjoying the afternoon. It seems to me that it's more busy than before, which is good because it means that this town is going to be very active. Here we have marquesitas stand. Hola, ¿qué tal? Which is a traditional Yucatan, I would say, dessert. Yeah, I'll show it to you in another video, but it's very tasty. It could be salty and also sweet. And you know, like in towns in Mexico, we find another dog just minding its own business, you know, street dog, but happy street dog, I think. I hope so. Here there is a tree that was cut several times. I don't know why, but maybe it was just becoming so dangerous for the people. On my right side we can see the Valladolid leathers. Let's get closer. I think these people also notice, the same as me, the beauty of this tree. It seems to me that it's an old tree that has been cut several times. I wonder why. There are so many branches hanging from this tree, and the roots are pretty magical. It seems to me that it was, you know, like knitting, like a red of roots. The sun is setting and life appears to be back on the streets. For me, this is one of the most relaxing places to spend your afternoon in. You know, in the shade, just eating some like Mexican candy or marquesita, or just embroidering like the woman here, just chilling and enjoying life. Hola, buenas tardes. Hola, ¿qué tal? Here we are at the Valladolid Leathers. This was a campaign that the Mexican government started in many cities, like touristic cities, to promote them. In my point of view, I don't love it because as an architect, I would like cities to be represented by the architectural and, you know, their unique features. But I guess sometimes they help to attract people's attention, so it's good. I mean, everybody has their own way to enjoy things and enjoy their travel, so it's good. Hola, para tus 15? Es que no estaba grabando, ¿sí? Photoshoot of Quinceanera. Quinceanera is a big deal here in Mexico. It's like, I think in the US they have the Sweet 16 and Mexico is the Sweet 15. It's like a big party when you invite all your family and friends just to celebrate that. I guess you're becoming a younger woman. Yeah, I didn't have a quinceañera myself, but I had a little gathering with my friends at my mom's garden, so that was nice. That was nice enough for me. I didn't want a big party. I'm not like a person who likes to be in the spotlight, so yeah, it's something interesting to know here. They spend a lot of money on the quinceañera because that also shows, you know, that they care about their daughter. Yeah. Some scale model Mayan houses. I'm just gonna leave you here with the last shot of the city, so you can see how quiet it is. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe. This is my second video. I'm still learning, so be patient. Bye.